Hey y'all, Dad and I are back with 25 books. Just returned from CGC about a month in advance of Rose City Comic Con in Portland, Oregon. We also bought a collection that had 43 of them recently, and we will do a rundown of those separately from these. This is a modern submission with several Bronze Age books as well, because they hit that that date line to still count as modern, and I am excited to show them off what will be available from WC Collectibles at Rose City Comic Con 2024. Let's see how we did. So Dad has the box open. I know the box was crunched on one end. I would imagine he's checking for any damages if there are any, and then we'll dive in. There's some pretty fun stuff in this. We bought a couple of collections early this summer, late this spring, and set them aside. Thanks to the guy that pressed these, he made some recommendations against sending a couple of these in. So if there's some lower grades in there, I'm sure that he will say, I told you you shouldn't have sent that in. But, they were cool books, and I was excited about them. So, one of the bigger books in the box, and it got the grade I was expecting. We're going to start with a 7.0 of X-Men 101. That is a very cool book. First appearance of the Phoenix. Newsstand, that's when Newsstand was more common anyway. Such a cool book. Love that book. Yay! That's a good start. And I didn't hear Dad gripe about damages, so maybe we'll get lucky.
I think we're lucky.
Alright.
We're living right.
Living right, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, good karma.
Well, 7 was the lowest grade I saw.
That's good. There's a couple in here that are Marvel Premiere. They're the Black Panther run, 51, 52, and 53. Those were the ones that Justin was not super excited about. But, hey, this is a cool book. This is not a monster by any means, but 8.5 white pages, Nova number 1. That is a very cool Bronze Age book. I enjoy that book. Going to be super affordable for someone. And, I like having books like that slabbed, because if you say very fine on the grading, somebody will say, oh, no, it's not, it's only a 5.0. Well, it's a little better than that. And that confirms it. People have different opinions about the objective process of grading, but I've enjoyed it, and I know that a good portion of our buyers enjoy it as well. So,
Green.
Hey, look at this. I am pissed. Let me see that. Just a sec. It says tattoos missing. I looked, it had the tattoos in it. It still has the insert, but it said the tattoos were out of the insert. Son of a buck. Alright, well, this is a big book, and I'm pretty pissed because I thought the insert was there. It is a green label 9.0 newsstand of the first appearance of Hobgoblin. I was so excited because that had the insert in it.
You have to talk to your...
I didn't open the insert. I didn't actually see the tattoo. I know the insert was still in it. So, shame on me. I'm going to just take that as a shame on me. Very cool book, 9.0. Very frustrated with the green label. Frustrated at myself. Well, and here's another one I'm a little frustrated with. I thought this was better than a 9.0. This is a 9.0 Fantastic Four 211. First appearance of Terrax. I know there's a lot of speculation with the Silver Surfer, with Galactus coming, the Heralds of Galactus, Terrax being one of them. That's a cool book. 9.0 is not a grade to get excited about. It's not going to perk the value up enough to have been a good reason to grade that one. So, oops on me. That's 2 oopses in a row. I'll try to bring the energy up, folks. Let's bring the energy up. Cool book, nonetheless. You can find that one raw in that condition for 15, 20 bucks. Having it graded like that, it's probably a $40 book, which is break even or a little worse than that even. Here's a nice book. Again, I thought it was better. This is a 9.2. I see one tick on it that should have pressed out, and one big tick that definitely could not press out. Iron Man 282, first appearance of War Machine. I love that book. I wish that series would get off the ground. That's a cool book. Newsstand edition again. That's better than the Terrax book by quite a bit. Classic cover, very cool stuff. All right, 7.0 great. We've had some ups and downs since then. Let's keep moving it in the up. Here is a very cool old book from 1977. This is Teen Titans number 49. I love this cover of the old Teen Titans, and I really like that Lady Joker right there on the upper corner by the S in Teen Titans. That was really the reason that I decided to send that one off. She is... Look, it's the Harlequin. That's cool. That's a fun book. Alright, I'm happy again. Doesn't take much. I know that the conventions we have done this year, Sacramento, Bend, Oregon, Boise, Idaho, Spokane, Washington, Reno, Nevada, and then Puyallup, Washington. It's been neat to see the variety of books that people are chasing right now. And one book that we haven't been able to offer that we have here that I am just over the moon about. This is a monster book. This is a 9.2 Secret Wars number 8 with the Mark Jewelers insert. That book carries a massive premium with that Mark Jewelers insert. So it makes up for some of the other stuff, maybe. But I told you we had some cool books in here. That's a good one. But like I was saying, people are all over the board right now with the way that the visual media has not lined up with the desires, the way that people are getting back to reading more. Every type of book is getting bought, and it's been difficult to find what people are looking for exactly. This book has dropped in value a bit, but it is a key Amazing Spider-Man book for readers, and in a 9.4, I knew it was high quality, had to get it graded. First appearance of Madam Web, Amazing Spider-Man 210. That is a very cool book. There she is sitting on her orb. Love that book. And I know that the movie didn't do it any favors. I think we need to be excited that people want to make these movies, while at the same time holding the creators accountable when they maybe don't hit the mark. It's tricky to weigh those and check those balances. That movie missed the mark a little bit for sure. And I know that some people say worse things about it than that. Next up, we have one of the Marvel Premiere books. This is number 53 of the Black Panther run versus the Ku Klux Klan. In a 9.4, that's a cool book. I'm happy to have had that one graded. Black Panther is one of the ones, probably the third most asked about book while we are out and about at these conventions. Invincible has been big this year. We were lucky enough to be set up near Ryan Otley earlier this year. And I think all but 5 of our books in our raw collection, of which we take thousands and thousands of raws to these conventions, the Invincible ones got wiped out. So there was one of the Marvel premieres. Well, let's see if we can find another one real quick, maybe. Just to put the three of them together. I think there was 52 and 51. Here is number 52 in a 9.6. Very cool. We'll show that one off. And then I believe we have 51 hiding down in that box as well. That is a cool cover. I love the historical significance, the characters fighting for justice against real-world injustice. That's a pretty great storyline.
Yeah, 51.
If we can find it.
9.8.
All right. So, my presser, we got a 9.4, a 9.6, and a 9.8. This is Marvel Premiere number 51, featuring Black Panther. I wish they had all been 9.8s for sure. He told me they would not be, but they did pretty good. Those three will go well together. I'm sure somebody will be excited to own them. So now we'll backslide a little bit just because I know Dad likes picking them out in order. We're going to go back to the 9.4s. An awesome Spider Carnage right there. That is a newsstand Amazing Spider-Man 410. Awesome book. The newsstand definitely perks the premium on that one a bit. Not as much as the Mark Jewelers on the Secret Wars 8, but whew, that's a nice book. That's a fun one. Dad is back in the box. Uh-oh. We backslid again. Oh, and I knew this one had a big tick in it. Okay. So every now and then you get a book. I did not want this one to get damaged any further. This is a huge incentive cover of a major modern book. The Soza Mayaki Catwoman number 50 variant. And she is just gorgeous. That's a 9.0. That's what I expected it to get. And there was a tick on it that it hurt.
No, it's the top corner.
Yep.
Right.
So, did not want that book
Hard to see.
to have further damage. Looks great framed. If somebody picks it up, covers up the 9.0, they don't have to show that part off. But now it's protected, and you can still see that gorgeous cover on it. So that's why that one got graded. And, it's worth some money as well. Didn't want to sell it raw and have somebody say, you didn't tell me about that. I did. Alright. This book is a monster. I sure wish it had gotten a 9.8 because then it would have been almost 4 digits. This is a 9.6 of Morbius the Living Vampire number 2, and this is the variant. Speaking of movies that did not quite hit the mark, I know Morbius left a lot of people wanting. But this variant is big time value. Raws are selling for like $300. 9.6, a very good grade. At that point, 9.6 to 9.8, you're saving about 50%. So whoever buys that from me, be grateful that I didn't get a 9.8, or else the premium would have been real. Dad has picked out the next one. Another huge ratio. I don't understand why it got a 9.6. This is the McFarlane, I believe it's a 1 in 1,000 Venom number 6 from 2017. And it is just gorgeous. What a cool cover. Venom getting ready for the 3rd movie this year. I think both of them so far missed the mark a little bit, but they're fun. And Tom Hardy is a great actor, so I'm glad that he's continued with that role, even if the movies are a little sub what I was hoping for. Alright, Dad's climbing through. He's a smart one. That's what his shirt says. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting a little frustrated with this 0.6, but this is a big book. This is the first appearance of Kane. First solo clone story. Web of Spider-Man 118. Scarlet Spider is going to be a character that is more and more involved, I believe, as we go forward.
This is the back. The back's pretty cool, too.
I've had that comic before, the Maximum Carnage. Used to play the hell out of that video game. I used to play that game hours and hours and hours. That was a fun game. But Web of Spider-Man 118 in a 9.6. Nothing to sneeze at. Not the 9.8 premium we were hoping for, but nothing to sneeze at.
You have one more 9.6.
All right.
And you still have 7, 8 books left.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right, the last 9.6 of the box. Classic cover. Not a monster value, but a nice book. X-Men number 11. Jim Lee's cover. I wish this was the Pressman variant. If you guys are out and about and you see the silver, you'll want that silver book. But that is a cool book from my childhood that, at the cons, we see people wearing, cool t-shirts. A lot of people walking around with that on their t-shirt. So we got through the lower grades. Now we're into the upper stuff. I know a couple of real big books that are left in there. I'm excited. And there are going to be some ones maybe you guys haven't seen before, ever. Alright, this is one of the bigger ratios. I wish that Noel had stuck around longer. This is the Donny Cates King in Black number 1 variant. This is a big book.
This is the back of it.
Back cover, very neat. Front cover, creepy as hell. That book right there was even huger, but is a very, very nice book. We had never had it before, picked it up in a collection, and I instantly put it into the grading pile, along with a few more of these that are left in here, because the ratio combined with the quality let me know they had to go off. The one I'm most excited about, I'll tell you when we get there. This is a beautiful Stanley Art Germ Lau Virgin variant of X-Men number 1, featuring Marvel Girl. It is a pretty, pretty virgin cover. I love these as pieces of art. And difficult to tell maybe on camera, especially with all of my stuff getting reflected off it, exactly how pretty that cover is. But Stanley Art Germ Lau does a bang-up job with his art.
My question, getting it graded.
He did. I'm going to show him the market values on that one later, and
I'd like to see the sales receipt.
he'll feel better about it. This is the one. This was my favorite one, mostly because I am a Greg Hildebrandt fan. This is the recent Conan the Barbarian number 1, 2019 Hildebrandt ratio cover, and that in a 9.8 is an absolute beast of a book. And I love Conan on top of the pterodactyl there. That is just a cool piece of art. I was a big fan of the trading cards back in the day, the Hildebrandt cards, and that's what this cover reminded me of. I love that book. That's just a sweet, sweet cover. And we still have 4 or 5 books left, so that's awesome. Maybe there's something in there I forgot about. We sent off a couple of these in a different submission. They did not get 9.8s. I'm glad that this one did. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 17, but it is the Disney Avengers sketch variant.
This is the back of the cover.
So, very, very, very cool.
I like it.
Yep.
You like Disney, you like the Avengers.
It's just, and the mouse owns them now, right? So, that's a cool book. And the sketch variants on those, I think they're 1 in 100. So in a 9.8, that's a fun book. That's a nice book. It will make a fan happy. And when you buy from us, you will notice that we have taken these out of their CGC sleeves and put them in nice new clear plastic Mylar holders. Wow, speaking of sketch variants, this is an Alex Ross Savage Hulk #1 sketch cover that is just gorgeous. I'm looking at it, admiring it. Now I will let you guys.
Here's the back of it.
And there is that gorgeous pencil work by Alex Ross featuring General Thunderbolt. Oh, Bruce going through the transformation. That's a gorgeous book. So much going on that cover. I know the Hulk is not real. I'm sorry to inform anyone of that who thought otherwise. But Alex Ross makes him look real. That's cool. Hey, here's one of the bigger books in the box as well. I definitely forgot about this one. This is Batman #635, the first appearance of Jason Todd as Red Hood. This is a big book. You don't see us sending a lot of DC in because generally we don't have big DC modern books. But that one is, in fact, a big DC modern book. Cool stuff. Yeah. I'm glad that was in there because I had completely forgotten about it. Okay, a couple of these are helping out. I'm still a little frustrated with that green label. Dang. Red Hood will help take away the paint. Okay, here is a 1 in 1,000. Maybe the other one was not 1 in 1,000. This one is. This is the remastered sketch edition, Todd McFarlane Venomverse #1 sketch. And in a 9.8, we are talking really, really, really rare. Really, 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 really rare. That is a very big book. And I mean, it's the Todd father, right? Perfectly drawn, his own character creation. Happy to have that one. Really, really happy to have that one.
Drum roll.
And the final book that has saved our book for last. We have never had one of these on our personal collection. We collect basketball covers, and now we have a 9.9. And it's Do You Pooh #1.
Here's the back of the cover.
And it is Winnie the Pooh dunking all over Rabbit. Even Tigger in the background is blown away by Winnie's hops. And the most beautiful part about that book, right up there, the gold 9.9. Hot dog! That's a way to finish.
165 of 200.
That one's going on our wall. The other 24 will be with us at Rose City Comic Con. Thank you guys for watching. Keep an eye out. I will showcase the other slabs that we will have available at Rose City soon. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.